guys, so on Friday I had a complete vlog done for you guys, and I was getting ready to leave the apartment to meet up with my friend Natasha, and I let the video render on my computer. I was debating whether I should leave early and just let it go, or should I wait until it's done and post it. And then I just decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go and meet up with her at a bar while she gets on the metro and meets up with me. And so I, just like any other day, got out of the apartment, walked down the street on Boulevard Voltaire, and normally I stick to one side of the street, and on that night I decided to, switch it up. So I crossed over and I walked to the bar that we agreed to meet at, and so I sat on the terrace, read a book, and I heard something like, it sounded like a car crash. And then we heard a lot of sirens, and the people in the bar seemed a little bit alarmed, but I figured maybe that's just a regular Friday night in Paris, I'm not sure. Nobody seemed to know what was going on, really. And so I met up with Natasha and we decided to walk back to the apartment, or to get a bite to eat on the way there. It's not very far. And on our way back, we walked by a bar that I walk by every day. And there were a lot of, ambulances, police cars, fire trucks, and basically it looked like it was the scene of an accident, but we didn't have really access to the internet on our phones, and it's not like there was a TV anywhere, so we just kind of kept walking, and we're like, oh, well, that's too bad. And so we stopped at a restaurant, and they were like, oh, we're closing, what do you guys want? And so Natasha ordered a little bit of food because she'd been flying and not eating, and so there's a TV behind me, and we started seeing these images of shootings, and we're like, oh, okay. And so we finally decided that it was getting a little heavy, so we hurried up and packed our things and walked back to the apartment, and then we turned on the TV and realized how bad it was and what we were in the middle of, and what basically I almost walked in on. Like, it could have been me. It so could have been me. If I had waited for my video to finish, if I had posted it and then walked to the bar, if I had walked on that side of the street a little bit later, I would have been one of those victims, I'm pretty sure. And what if the people responsible had chosen a different bar? I was basically 2 blocks away. It could have been me. It could have been her getting off the metro. It hit very close to home, and it was devastating, because I'm not home, I'm a tourist, I can go home. But all these people in the city, what they're going through, they're not feeling safe in their own house. They're walking down the street and they're unwell, and they don't know how to fix it. And they feel like they're threatened, and they feel like everybody's a suspect, and everybody's got it out for them, and you can tell, and it's hard. And even just me being a tourist, I feel like they're not as welcoming, and that's not the Paris that I remember. It's not the Paris I love, and it breaks my heart to see people just living through this, and the ones who didn't live through it, the ones who didn't make it. It's horrifying, and I just wanted to make this video not really to tell my side and to talk about me, because I'm fine, I'm safe, but just to say that I'm in Paris and I'm living this with others, and I'm so hurt for them. I'm hurting because I can see that this is just, it's not something I want anyone to go through. And so my heart goes out to them. I know it doesn't mean much for people, and people are like, oh, we should take action, but just the fact that you show compassion it's remarkable. Like, even some people, when we got to the apartment, we decided to, text our families and Skype them and talk to them and make sure that they knew we were okay. Of course they were worried about us. Of course they wanted to know if we'd be able to get home. But just think of those people who'll never get that call. Like, what do you do? Like, how do you... it blows my mind. And so when you talk to people who are in Canada, who are safe, who are in the US, and they're just, it's not directly in their face, they're not living through it in their neighborhood, they don't really get it, or they're just like, oh, it's terrorism, and they take it to that political place, and really it's a very human situation also. As much as it's political, religious, and I don't want to get into those topics, I'm just talking about the human aspect. So anyway, that vlog I made will not see the light of day on the internet, I don't think. I would love to publish it because it's what Paris is to me and what I want to remember it as, but right now Paris is not that. Right now Paris is hurt. It's wounded. And although yesterday was an extremely quiet day, Saturday was just, I was surprised that there was a grocery store open. Today it's sunny and people are trying to get on with their lives as much as possible, and you see them, you know, gathering around that little bar that, you know, got shot up, and people are just giving out flowers and just being together and trying to get through it, and it's beautiful to see. And I hope that Paris gets back to that place of being welcoming and warm and happy and full of life, because right now, my heart hurts just seeing it, and I do want to get home desperately, but I also feel like there's a part of me that's always going to be here. If you're close to a family member right now or people you love, give them a huge hug and tell them that you are over the moon, that they are safe and happy and in your life, because you probably won't get that chance if anything like this happens. And so that's how I'm going to live my life now. I'm going to try very, very hard to just take advantage of every opportunity and not let life scare me, because I've been so frightened of so many things, and this is a frightening event, but I don't want to let it rule the way I'm going to live my life. I don't want to let it scare me into not going on solo travel again. You know, I want to travel anyway. I want to come back to Paris. I don't want to have this feeling of dread, because of course that's what they want when they do these things, and I want to be like Paris right now, and I want to overcome and not be afraid. So take advantage of every opportunity, love the ones who love you, and let everything else, all the bullshit, fall to the side, because it doesn't matter. Petty things do not matter, trust me. So I am officially leaving on Monday, tomorrow. I didn't change my flight because they told me that it wouldn't really matter, and I'm just gonna have to go through security like everybody else and spend a lot of time at the airport, and that's fine. I just want to get home and hug my loved ones. So when I get home, I'll probably take a few days to chill out and maybe write a few blog posts and get in touch with you guys. But I want to say hi. I want to say I'm safe, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys.